Going to be talking about real estate. Big surprise, right? All right, looks like we're good to go. So, meet Kevin. He just reiterated and has been talking about his opinion on real estate right now and going forward into the next decade. And so, he just put out to his course members and the greater public. I suspect many Gen Z will hate real estate. They will have come into adulthood during an era of ridiculously high real estate rates, interest rates. Their first 10 years of paying attention to the market will be defined by high rates, and we have the highest rates we've seen in over 40 years. And simultaneously, the S&P ripped to all-time highs. So far, he's right. Right, those are all objective facts. Uh, why bother with tenants, toilets, liability, renovations, and headaches? He says, right? And I think that makes sense as well. It makes real estate look stupid. Don't be fooled. This is an opportunity. So he's getting into more of his opinion here. This is an opportunity for you to get exposure at a time when nobody else is looking. And I think sadly enough, he's 100% right. Uh, the the high interest rates coupled with the extremely inflated prices recently has absolutely priced out a larger section of the population that was the younger folk. That sucks. I believe that Meet Kevin's right in that there are opportunities, but they are few and far between. You have to really be digging around, finding the people who are selling um, with a bit more haste, right? Where you might have more leverage and might be able to get a better price, and you'll be helping them out get the sale, but also you'll be helping them out or yourself out getting a home at a better price. That said, we're going to come out of this in an era of low interest rates and uh, all the folks who will have been able to buy in this time frame are going to see another boom in prices again. I think as interest rates do come down, and we see the turning of the real estate cycle. So to reiterate, me, Kevin feels like this entire generation from 2020 to 2030 is gonna miss out on real estate after watching how prices have become unaffordable. There was way too much competition, and specifically because of interest rates being lower. And then finally, you have the interest rates being pumped up in order to quell the inflation. And now you don't, unfortunately, have the opportunity to get in at all for the majority of people. The average buyer right now is 55 years of age. Um, that's average, right? Obviously, there are a lot of young buyers and a lot of older buyers, but it just goes to show you that the middle class has been trampled down over the years more and more. I think real estate was the middle class's opportunity to change their position, right? To get ahead. And there's not a whole lot of opportunity to get ahead, in this economy. If you wanted to increase your income, sure, you can go get more education, you can work harder, and that's what I would recommend. But beyond that, you're not gonna easily find a cheaper real estate deal. You're not gonna easily get a great interest rate, or you won't. Um, and I guess in my opinion, you'll be lucky to maintain your job, and hopefully, with innovations in the future, I think we're going to not only have the same booming economy, but maybe a better one. I'm hopeful. Um, the AI push, um, I think it's going to unlock doors that we don't see yet. But that's an optimistic view. And yeah, it's going to be unfortunate for those who don't pay attention to real estate over the next 10 years, over the last, let's say, 6 years, and over the next four, I mean to say. It's going to be unfortunate because I do think there are opportunities, and by the time that you do see lower interest rates, you're gonna see increasing prices. So what does that mean? If you're priced out now, but it's gonna get more expensive in the future. I think it means if you want the opportunity to grow your wealth and to change the situation you're in, you're going to have to work your butt off. You're gonna have to get a second job or a career that provides more value. You're gonna have to pay attention to the money you spend in every way, right? And you're gonna have to make sacrifices. And if you make those sacrifices, I think homeownership is still a key for the American family to progress further forward into hopefully greater wealth, freedom, etc. But it's going to take that push. And it takes two these days, right? And like if you wanted to have my wife wants to have a child and wants to stay at home and raise that child. And I think that's wonderful. And I think that's the way that we've been raising children for thousands of years, and the way that ideally a child is raised is with that connection close to the mother. Um, and with this economy, unfortunately, that means that you're either going to have to be a single, or rather, out there in the workforce as a married man, but as a single force working to generate enough income for the entire family, or you're going to have a wife working, baby being babysat, which the economics of that I've seen don't really play out. You can have a wife working, and you'd have to have a really high income job in order to actually pay for that babysitter. So it's a weird situation. Um, so I'm not really sure exactly how to square that. Um, I think again, working more, working harder is the ideal, really the best and only solution I have. Um, there are other economies where there might be more of a way to get a leg up. But I think that the American opportunity is still quite great compared to many other places in the world. So I'm grateful to be here and trying to grow here, but it's a struggle. It's a challenge. I do work two jobs. I do work all day, and I hope that I can set up my family the way that generations have, where I can, you know, have my wife raise my son or daughter, um, and benefit my community, and hopefully watch it grow and prosper in a way that is more free and more loving, and safer, right, and more safe, and that's not easy. So meet Kevin's right. To sum it up, the market's scaring people away, and the younger generation doesn't understand that there's still opportunity out there, that every real estate deal is different, and there are places that will give you a, a leg up, let's say. So keep your eye open, keep in touch with your bank. You can always refinance if you find a deal. You could be changing your life in the long run, even if you're paying more in the short term. How's it going?